Parthenon on the hill of the Acropolis. And there is where we're going to go in there. Obviously some of the people walking up. Walk in and we'll see the Parthenon and the rest of the stuff up there. And here comes the horse. Well, this is the entrance to the Acropolis, the Propylaea. Start walking up. This is the Propylaea and the entranceway to the Propylaea. It's really quite steep here. Well, we have just gone through the Propylaea, and there it is. Bigger than I thought. And these are the Corinthian columns. Which anyway, the delicate ones. These are not the delicate ones.
Dad, could you move over?
The Ionic.
We've got a coconut Sprite.
Oh, see that hill over there, Maxine?
What hill?
Where that monument is? That's the hill where we can get an excellent panoramic view of all of Athens. So we'll go over to that hill over there, Mike. See where that monument is over there? Way over there. See that?
That we can go over on there and get a
So we'll go there a little later. But right now we're gonna check this out.
right there.
Okay, let's go talk about, let's go. Don't scan when you're, oh, you can zoom back, good. That temple you're pointing at right now is the Eqypt. Eqypt.
What is it?
And that one, it's just another temple. It doesn't say much about it. But there are three cults. There's the Athena Poseidon and another cult that were all taken care of with that building. See the women?
Wait.
Well, we'll go over there. Don't take too much now. That's enough for now. Okay.
Okay, now we're listening, so go ahead and tell us.
Okay, Mike, go ahead.
Wait a second.
Are you filming?
Yes, I am filming. Go ahead.
All right.
ahead.
Well, there's a lot of really interesting mathematical relationships in the Parthenon, and that's why one reason why maybe the poet Lamartine said that this is the most perfect poem in stone. The ratio of the length to the width is 4 to 9, or 9 to 4, which is the square of 2 and the square of 3. Also, one of the buildings on the inside has the same ratio. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but all the pillars point in. So if they were extended up, they would form a pyramid 3,000 feet high. And we haven't seen the floor, but the floor on the inside is not exactly fat. It's convex. So one other thing, that the diameter of the columns compared to the distance between the columns is also 4 to 9. So it's pleasing to the eye because it satisfies certain mathematical relationships. So it's really an interesting building, and the interesting thing is that it was built in 5th century before Christ. So they incorporated all that into this building that long ago. In fact, most of the buildings up here were built during that period. Okay.
What are those?
Okay, we're up at one corner of the Acropolis. Boy, the wind is just whipping up here. And I'm going to pan slowly. I'm going to get a good view of the whole city. So I should say the whole city, just one part. And then right there in front of the center of the camera is what is left of an old temple. Somebody switched off the autofocus on this, I don't know why. Those pillars are probably about 40 or 50 feet tall. This hill held why it was so important. Well, we're on our way out of this magnificent place, going past these columns. And if I can keep this camera steady and make the steps, I'll be doing all right. Well, here we are on top of a hill which is adjacent or next to the Acropolis. This is called the Hill of the Muse. It's called some other name too. Now there in the distance, you see the lights from the cars going down the street, which go right down to the Mediterranean. And I don't have my filters. I probably would get a much better shot. But this will give you an idea of Athens. And as I continue to pan left, I will zero in on the Acropolis pretty soon here. There it is. Start of it anyway. And let's zero in. There is the Parthenon. And the Prophylaeus. And the Erechtheion. The museum. And then I think that hill in the background is called Micros, but I'm not sure. That hill really dominates Athens more than the Acropolis. Continuing to pan left until I come back to this monument, and there's the full.
Danny!
And there is Marci and the boys who are at the top of this tall monument.
You got some countdown. Yeah.
Say something profound, Michael. Really?
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Well, another view of the Acropolis inside this really nice park. And I'll just walk along here a little ways. That's this gate. People screaming out. And we will soon be up on top of the wall there. We'll walk along that section of the wall and around the corner. Here we go. Yeah.
Here we are on top of the wall around Jerusalem.
Between the new gate and the
Jaffa
Gate.
We couldn't find a way in onto this wall, so we had to climb over a fence to get in. And Mom didn't really like that much. And we're just gonna go over there to the Jaffa Gate.
Should I go take a look at the wall?
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Okay. Jenny's right here where I want to look, so she can move.
There's the wall. I don't know where the Jaffa Gate
Jenny, can you move, honey?
Yeah, there's just a fire.
Okay, there's the rest of the wall. I believe that's the Mount of Olives in the background, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's take a little closer look at the wall.
Dad, what?
Lovely family. Uh-oh, what happened to
You didn't get a
Marci?
picture
She's
of
on the
me.
ground. I did. Mike, get out.
Look at my sunglasses. Ow!
It's all right.
You didn't see my sunglasses.
I saw everything
I'll go
just
back
fine.
and walk forward, okay?
I want to get Mom and Marci and Jenny, not you, Mike. Taking up the whole picture. That's okay. Lovely family walking along the wall. Okay, we are in the Citadel by the Jaffa Gate, looking into Old Jerusalem. I think you can hear the muezzin's call from the, I guess some of the minarets for the Islam faithful, calling them to prayer. Let me zoom back here. Okay. There's the Temple Mount, the Dome of the Rock in the center. And moving slowly to the right. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Al-Aqsa Mosque. Now in the background, there is the Mount of Olives. And in fact, right on the side of the Dome of the Rock is a Russian Orthodox church with the onion top towers. Now, moving this way, behind that tower is our church's Jerusalem Center with all the archways. Okay. And where all that big clump of trees right there is the Kidron Valley. And that bare spot there is where is the big Jewish graveyard. And they'll all rise when the Messiah comes. They'll all rise and walk through the Golden Gate, which is currently sealed with several tons of rock and debris. Okay.
This is the other side of the top of this tower we're on. The rest of the family's over there. This is just like the rest of the city. Where's everyone else? Guys!
Hi, Mike.
I put it on autofocus, Dad.
All right. Then you want the thing on that button readjusted, okay?
I don't know how to do it.
Well, I'll show you.
I'm gonna go take a picture of this down there. Oh yeah, he's gonna kill me. There you go, I really messed up. Okay, this is what we just saw. This is the Citadel. Lots of stuff down here. And right there, what they call a cistern. That's where they keep water. There's some kind of arch. And down in there, there's rooms, stuff like that.
Okay, I'm just beyond the... Let's understand we got trapped by one of these shops.
I don't want to buy this one.
Is that right? More people interested in her necklace? More people. I should mention this little alleyway is just beyond the Damascus Gate. No, they're still back there. And I don't know, they're shopping for something. But anyway, this is quite sort of reminiscent of Hong Kong. There's a lot of interesting brassware here, isn't there? I wonder how much of it's very good. How heavy are those? Jenny, see how heavy those are? Yeah, like one of those. Just lift it up. No, not that. Just something small. See if it's solid brass or not. Is that heavy? Stuff to eat.
It might have been smaller. I bet ours are, I think.
The wrong way if you want to know the truth.
Do we have to go that way?
No, I just wanted to go up here. Get an idea of this whole thing. Well, we've gone through the suit, really gone a long ways into it. Now we've taken a right turn, heading, I think, to the Jewish quarter. This thing's pretty big. We've been wandering around all over the place in here. See the exit at the end. I don't know what all this is in here now. Oh, some old ruins. Guys going by with their weapons. These are obviously in the army. Well, these are some of the really nice places here in the Jewish quarter. And some of these flats here rent for 2,000. Notice the archways. And this is a guide who adopted us for a short time.
So the engineer opened this to keep this as it was before. So
There was a house here and they've just opened
instead
it.
to continue, instead to go around or to return back, we can continue.
This kind of gives kind of a nice panorama. Step around Jenny here. That say that everything must be built with stone, but some of the stones here are very old.
Picture of
Some of
this
them are
arch.
very new. And this arch here is all one stone arch. Over 2,000. Okay, this is looking up a long pedestrian street with 4 arches. Right, the Jewish quarter is really very nice.
Oh, from these stones here.
This is the western wall.
I like to be feeling with me together.
No, I take
Just
terrible
move your head,
pictures.
move your head,
Okay.
Mark.
Just we are friendly to each other.
Okay,
Be that you are the good guy who was with you around.
great.
Thank you. Okay, now listen. This is the western wall, and this wall left from the second temple. This wall called western wall, but we are facing to the east. Why we say western wall? And we are facing to the east. This is the east of Jerusalem, because nothing left from the temple, only the west wall of the temple. So the western wall is go back from 70 AD after Jesus. The western wall is begin from right side to the left 40 meters and go down about 20 feet more.
Where is Jason?
This is a bakery shop in the Arab quarter. There's all kinds of tempting-looking little kiddies like I've never seen before. And there's some out here as well. All kinds of kiddies. What was that? It just hit my leg. Well, this is a little shop. Who did? Who did?
There's a tire.
Marci?
Old tire. That's
Anyway, this shop is more interesting for it. Here we have a little store right up the Damascus Gate. Hi.
Here we are in Jerusalem. This is the city. Wait a second. That's the Dome of the Rock. That is Tower of David, where we were today.
You mean yesterday?
Yesterday.
Hey, come here. Bill's going to tell
And
us
that's
about
the Mount of Olives.
Okay. You want to take a picture of Bill telling us about Jerusalem Center.
And here we are at the Jerusalem Center.
Bill's going to tell us about this. Right here. Come here, Mark.
The nicest building BYU has.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But about 20 years ago, the Israelis, you know how beautiful the old city walls are? And they didn't want Quonset huts and all sorts of different buildings next to it, so they took all the land surrounding the old city and set it apart for parks and museums and educational institutes. And the largest park is the Orson Hyde Park. You can't see from here, but it's just down the hill. And this is the largest educational institute that's on that land that was taken. So
So the
that's how
church
we
does
got-
not own this
No,
land?
we've leased the land from the government. 49-year lease with, well, it's 98 months. But so, you know, it's a great opportunity. They looked at sites all over, you know, possible sites with Brother Tanner. And he said, no, you know, spend a few minutes at each site, say, no, this won't do, this won't do, this won't do. And then they were driving up this road here, and he says, well, what about this land up here? It just sat barren like all the other hillside. And he said, well, we don't know anything about it, it's not available. He says, well, I want to see it. So they drive around here and walk out on the land, and he said, this is it. This is what we
Good
need.
place.
Yeah, no one had any idea how, you know, it's the most beautiful piece of spot of land in the whole city. But we were able to lease the land from the Lands Authority and build this. It was started, Christ started the sacrament, and just like this, the same room. It could very well be the same room, you know, the arches and the building and the others. Matthew 26.
What are you zooming in on? What are you zooming in on? What's the name of the square? What's your name? Anyway, this is one of the main squares in the Jewish quarter, and the arch up there was part of an old synagogue. That's all that remains.
They used to, but now they realize how wise it is to have television coverage, so now they jump in front of cameras and try to
Here we are at the Western Wall. And we're just gonna get all this stuff here. Okay, this is a bar mitzvah. This is supposedly when a Jewish boy becomes a man. And there's all this.
Supposed to wear these hats.
No, you're not. Yes, you are. Little ceremonial thing where they become men and 13-year-old boys become men.
If you look in the cracks in the walls, you see
Well, here we are at the Western Wall, and this used to be called the Wailing Wall, but since the Jews have, the Israelis, the Jews have been able to come back, they now call it the Western Wall because they're no longer wailing. Zero in on this. Now also in the cracks of the blocks you can see papers, and these are little prayers that are left there. The most sacred spot to the Jews today. They don't want to go up on the Temple Mount because they might walk where the Holy of Holies once was, and they don't know where it is, so they stay here. Bar mitzvah ceremony, which has moved into here. This is the end of the ceremony. They're carrying looks like a holder for the scriptures. They're turning the scriptures around. See that old.
Bar mitzvah, and everyone has to wear a hat out of respect. And these are all the books that they have. There's Dad with the geeky hat. I'll just get a picture of inside of the synagogue. The women can't come in here. Stay out right there. It's very high ceiling. So we just came in from over there. What the fuck? Over there's where the whale.
Temple Mount. And this is the Dome of the Rock monument. And turning around, this is the Al-Aqsa Mosque. The entryway, we were there earlier. They wouldn't let us stand in front or look in because they're about to start a service. This well is in between, this is where they wash their feet. Is the prayer, calling the faithful to pray. Two very fine looking young boys who wanted me to take their picture. Well, this is up close of the Dome of the Rock, and I don't know how well this beautiful tile work will show up. We'll try to. There's some of the stylized Arabic scriptures.
Is there some place we could eat close?
Well, here we are in the Garden of Gethsemane. And it really is a beautiful place. There's some old trees that we'll see a little later that were probably seedlings at the time of Christ. Excuse me, Jenny, I'm walking past you.
Arabs were controlling this land a few hundred years ago. Not only is the Golden Gate, it's one of the 8 gates that surround the old city. It's the only one that isn't used right now. You can see that it's not ripped up. The reason was a few hundred years ago, the Arabs were aware of the Jewish legend that the Messiah would enter the Temple Mount through this Golden Gate. And they didn't want the Messiah to come, so they ripped up the gate.
Some of these old trees. These, it's very conceivable that these trees were here as seedlings at the time of Jesus. I just wanted to get kind of an...
It's so lush here.
Oh, it is, yeah. I don't want you playing with
Well, here we are. This is the Orson Hyde Memorial Park, and it's by far the, except for the Garden of Gethsemane, it's the prettiest park on the side of the Mount of Olives. The greenest park. But this was a gift. This gives you an idea how much over the years, how much rubble has been built up, because the level used to be way down below where we are here. This is Mark drinking water inside the Antonio Fortress. This is the Golgotha, or place of the skull. This is the one that the British Society, can't remember the name, says is the probable site of cavalry. I think we've all probably seen pictures of this before. Anyway, those are the eye sockets of the skull. And panning to the left, this is the garden tomb. We'll walk down there in a minute.
And they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture they did cast lots. And sitting down, they watched him there, and set up over his head his accusation, written, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." You know, which is true. He was the King of the Jews.
They were mocking.
Yep.
What is the reference to
This is Matthew 27. There were with him two thieves, crucified with him, one on the right.
Well, here we are again. We're still in the garden tomb. And we'll just walk down this path. This is a very lovely garden. Apparently underneath here was one of the largest cisterns in the city. And this is the garden tomb. There's the place where the rock could be rolled back and forth. This is the door of the tomb, and inside the tomb, looking down into the part where it's been carved away. Well, this is the cave at Qumran, and you can see the cave entrance right there. That's where some of the Dead Sea Scrolls were found. Well, here we are at the Dead Sea, and there is Maxine, and there's Mike and Mark, and they're all having Okay, keep moving, Marci. Are your feet hot there, Mark? As you can see, our kids have changed slightly. Let me get a close in on the face here. I think it's a change for the better, actually. Get away, Mike, get away. These kids haven't had more fun since we had a sand pile.
Hey, get back to that. I can't let you focus and then you're moving around.
Where's Jason? He didn't get any, huh? Marci, look at me.
Hey, hey, hey!
Go over by the kids, Word.
Okay. Jenny, keep putting some on her.
How do you like to dot on my forehead, Dad? Are you feeling it?
Jenny was getting all... Let's see that pretty little face, Marci. Get Mike, move! Jeez, what's the matter with you guys?
Hot. My feet are hot.
Well, I'm going to get off the looks like
Okay, this is the Dead Sea. Just a few minutes ago, we went in the water of the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is the lowest spot on the face of the earth. And the water is much denser and more salty than the Great Salt Lake. So and then also there's some mud that's supposed to have curative properties. And these are some of the mountains on the east side. In fact, we're on top of one group of mountains on the east side of the Dead Sea. I think I looked before. I'm going to zoom across to the mountains on the other side. I don't know how well they'll turn out. It's really hazy for some reason. This is another panorama of the Dead Sea. This time I'm using a polarizing lens, which hopefully will cut out a lot of the reflection and give a better picture. We'll see what this looks like. When we get back, you can probably hear the sound of boulders rolling down the side of the mountain. That is Mike and the boys doing their best to kill any lizards which might be down the hill below us. Here they are, the great rock throwers, ready to throw their rocks. And here they go. Oh my goodness, look at those rocks. I can't see them anymore, but I can hear them. Oh, there they go, down below.
Come on, start an avalanche.
What a... This is the cable car going up to Masada, to the top of there. This is the snake trail that Michael and Jason and Mark and I, the boys, the tough guys, the only true troopers, are going to come down. I hope our tongues aren't hanging out when we come down. This thing moves along at a pretty good clip.
Nice people.
Yeah, typical.
What? Mine's
I don't
buildings
know
on the trail.
how Herod the Great decided on this particular spot. I'll tell you, he could have this as far as I'm concerned. Although, once he had it set up, I guess it was pretty nice. A good view of the trail, part of the trail right here.
Storing many years' supplies of food, weapons, and other essentials. In some of the storehouses, there were rows upon rows of amphora or storage
Here we
jars,
are
all of
in
identical
Masada.
shape, presumably with identical contents.
This is
Different
about
shapes
the
of jars have
storeroom.
been found in different storehouses, so that we may assume that each storehouse contained a different kind of food. Some specimens of jars have been restored and are shown in the store.
Northern Palace. That's the,
Hey guys, we've been.
and that's the Dead
Oh,
Sea
get
over
down
there.
from there right now.
And Mark and Marci are there.
I don't care,
Jason.
just get down. You don't climb up on anything.
Oh, one rock here. These are all built up on top of this great plateau. You go down this corridor to go to the palace. I don't know if we were. This is up on top of a plateau. We'll get a picture when it comes down. There's all the Dead Sea over here. Whoa, whoa! Oh my gosh, that was fun.
Okay, dear, you're on.
Okay, a luxurious bathhouse built by Herod according to the customary Roman pattern. A large courtyard, which was surrounded by pillars on 3 sides and had a floor covered in part by a mosaic in black, white, and red. A dressing room with frescoes on the walls and ceilings, and a floor laid with rows of triangular black and white tiles. A bench at the west end and a pool at the east end were added in the times of the Zealots. A most luxurious.
The room I was just in was the hot bath room. Which room is this? Did you find out? There's some of the original frescoes on the wall.
The floor, there's mosaic.
There's
This
some
is like one of the
Mosaic.
bathrooms.
mosaic on the
See,
floor right
there's a
there.
bath.
There's one of the baths. Well, this is looking into the storage area and the bathhouse area that we just looked at of Masada. Just want to show you how much Herod the Great built here. He really was a great builder. I had no idea. There is the Dead Sea again. Another view. And I'll just keep turning around if I can do that without falling off this little rock I'm standing on. Give you a view of the whole area. Well, to the sounds of jets, Israeli jets in the background, I'm standing on the upper terrace of the Northern Palace, and I just wanted to scan down to look at some of this barren wasteland that you can see below here. Zoom in on some of these formations down there. But even though this is a pretty desolate area, King Herod obviously knew how to make it nice. He had over 1 million gallons worth of, or 1 million cubic feet of water of cistern. He had more water than what he needed. Oh, might I get a picture of these stairs?
Wait a second.
This is the rating room with a remarkable mosaic floor, the oldest discovered in history. The places where the mosaic is destroyed, the underlying mortar shows guidelines for use of the craftsmen who laid the mosaic. Here again, there is a courtyard outside the hall, connected with it by a doorway flanked by pillars and a red doorpost. Mark, here's the mosaic.
Here's the mosaic. These are all mosaic floors in Herod's.
Waiting room.
What room is this, Mom?
This is the waiting room of Herod's palace.
Western Palace.
Western palace.
I'm gonna go over in his bedroom. Is this his bathroom here?
Oh, I'm still trying to find out what it is.
I think it is. Yeah, there's a bath. A bath right there.
Yeah, I'll take it, Mark.
And there's some more here, Mike.
This is mosaics. Okay, this is all of Herod's palace. This is all around on his palace. And this is his throne room right here, where he had visitors in there. This is where we just saw the bathroom and stuff. Over there is where his northern palace is, and cisterns and stuff like that. And this is his western palace. And right where that thing is, right there, is where the Romans came in and they destroyed this city. That's how the Romans got this place. Came through there in a ramp. Don't flies. Oops.
Bye.
Modern day Herodians. Jenny, have you had your bath today?
No.
I can tell even from here. Michael, it's obvious that neither have you. Please take a bath. Let me look around here, give you a better view of the
Oh yeah, look at
of this plateau. This is actually, we're a lot further south than I was earlier. The northern palace is beyond that tower with the flag beside it. So we've walked quite a distance to come to this end. And if you look at that end of the plateau, it looks like you could just keep walking into that below, but in fact, right on the edge there, if you took a few steps, I think you could go down to the plain maybe faster than you wanted to. And of course, the Dead Sea, the extreme southern end of the Dead Sea. There you have it.
Okay, we're on our way down. We're going to see if we can see Jewel and the boys down on the trail here. They're hiking down on the snake path down Masada. Call it the grueling snake path. Oh, my heart. Oh, your heart? Zoom in on him. See him over there? Do your zoom thing. Zoom in on him? Did you?
Got it? Are you playing? Those are slow pokes. I
yeah.
beat them by about 15 minutes. I ran down.
I'm trying to find him.
Can you see him?
Uh-uh. I know they're coming
Right by
down.
that curve right there. Can you see him?
Uh-uh.
Good, no.
You can kind of see what we're doing. I'm going to zoom in. You see him coming down the path.
We got a while to go.
Got a ways to go. I'll give you an idea of how far away they are. We'll pull back. You can see him coming down that path.
And I'll zoom in. There's a monastery, you can see there. And then at the top is another building. I don't know what it is. This is where Christ went for his 40 days. And then to the right here is the tell of Jericho. Apparently it's just a couple of city blocks, and there's some excavations up in there, but they haven't found a whole lot here.
Okay, we're driving along the road here in just a minute. What you hear in the background are the kids singing a song from Jericho Jazz. We just are passing through the city of Jericho. Give some pictures of the countryside.
This is a Roman amphitheater at, I can't remember the name of the place, just south of the Sea of Galilee. Walk in and look around this place.
Okay.
That's only a small place. It was for drama, Jason. Are you taking pictures?
Yes.
This is what's been waving in front of your camera.
Downstairs, and I'll talk to you from there. She won acoustics, she said.
See all these pillars and stuff all over the place. We're just excavating here. Look, an ancient Roman being. I wonder what he's doing. Are you a gladiator? I don't know. Here we are in Galilee area. This is the Jordan River where Marci's gonna get baptized, right here.
Pillars in Hong Kong.
And there's Mark here. Hi, Mark. This is the place where Marci's gonna get baptized, right here in this river. This is gonna be really special. And here's the people that are with us.
I think it's going to be right here.
Hi.
Mike, get a picture of the down in the water where we...
I already did. And these people are gonna be with us.
Which is older, Mark or Jason?
Jason.
Come over here and let's have you stand up and see.
Oh, Jason's older, but he's still
Taller.
taller. But I've got Oh, which?
There's Dad. He's gonna baptize Marci.
Just 2 years younger than I am.
This is the van we've been driving the whole time. It's really gonna be special. Hey, Marci! Marci!
I'm Mark.
Marci!
Jason's the older. Okay.
Where's
Jason
Marci?
and Mark.
Marci!
Marci, would you rather have a dress to be baptized in or...
What do you feel like, Marci? Are you happy? Huh?
Yeah.
There's Marci, the girl's getting baptized.
Now, your father told me that you boys had prepared a talk.
Yeah.
They
Each
did
one of
talk. We did the opening.
Which one's going to give the opening prayer?
Here's our program, right?
And who's going to give the closing prayer?
Oh, thanks for the warning.
Here they are.
Mike, you're right in the way.
I'll back up.
What are you doing? You're right in the way.
I'm sorry, I can't see.
Will you let me take the picture first, please?
That's not fight show.
Jenny is ruining the spirit. It's so nice and beautiful
Where
here.
do you go?
There's Marciana ready to have a baptism.
Come here, little girl.
And they'll be walking down right there in this little path
Get a...
out into the water. I'll show you what's around here. It starts here. All these beautiful trees. And the river. Beautiful river. This is where we're gonna have the service here. Yes. Here they are, they're going in the water. Whoa. Yeah, they're just going in.
Everybody wants to take a picture of that
Okay.
Dad, Dad.
No, wait, I have... Dad? Marci?
There she is. She's
She's baptized. Marci.
Lovely white dress you have on.
Marci. Marci. Are you happy?
Don't get too close to me.
This is really nice.
We're just looking for her.
Jason, do you remember where you were baptized?
Yeah, I forgot the name of the church.
Where? What city?
Well, this is pretty neat.
What's that?
Sandy.
Okay, we're driving along the Sea of Galilee. Just taking some pictures here off the window, whizzing by so you can get an idea.
This is the Sea of Galilee from the traditional site of the Mount of Beatitudes. Like all other sites, or like many sites here, nobody knows for certain exactly which site is, if this is the correct site or not. Here are the kids taking in the true essence of the Mount of Beatitudes. Jenny, the great photographer, walking past me. And Maxine, who just got the film in. Hi, sweetie. And there, behind that tree there is a chapel erected by some Italian order during the time of Mussolini. These are the beautiful gardens of this church that's here. I'll just scan around. There's a group of people within sound who are reading scriptures, probably the Sermon on the Mount. This is from the porch of the small chapel on the top of the Beatitude traditional site. And I'll just we are now in the what's left of Capernaum, which was no less than the headquarters of Christ ministry, Christ's ministry. And these are some old synagogues, either 1st or 2nd century. This is what's left of them. Supposedly they're very, very fine. We'll just come in here. It's interesting that they would use Corinthian columns to build a synagogue. Is the floor in here?
There's no line.
Oh yeah, it's going.
Yeah, Dad, there's a hole in the ground right there. Right in front of you.
What is that hole? I have no idea what that is. Anyway. This is the traditional site of the wedding. On the right is a Greek Orthodox church. And on the left is a Roman Catholic, both claiming to be the correct site. The one, according to the tour guide, which is most interesting, is this one, which is the Roman Catholic one. Here's a painting of the actual wedding, or a painting representing the wedding. There are the caskets of water, which were turned to wine. This is a pretty stained glass window, and then looking down, with Mike partly in the way, is a floor of a mosaic on the floor. I don't know where that's from. And then this is the main chapel. Here we are in the streets of Nazareth. The sights and sounds. That's the church of the Nativity, which supposedly has artwork from all countries. We can't get in right now because it's noon. And we have this wall around us, the beautiful gardens, and the sights and sounds of the shops. Get this right, Mike.
Doing quite often in Israel.
This is shawarma.
Find some small restaurant and eat.
Shawarma.
This is shawarma. It's got meat, vegetables, and stuff like that in it. It's really good.
Is that lamb?
Dad doesn't like lamb. It's good, Dad. Just try it. I didn't know it was lamb.
Tastes alright. You got a man behind you, Mike.
Listen to the groovy music.
Got country and western music here.
This is the church in Nazareth. There's all these mosaics. That one's from Thailand. And I don't know where this one's from.
This is a sparrow. I think
this might be, I think this is the Venezuela one. Dad, this is the one from Venezuela.
pretty. That's a pretty one.
From Venezuela.
Don't take too much time for it. That's enough.
To the title. I'll talk.
I've done it.
Okay, I'll talk. This is inside of the church. And inside of the church, we just saw the mosaics outside. That right there is supposedly where the angel came and told Mary that she's going to have Jesus. And they're going to have mass right now. It's a very, very large building here. We're gonna go and look around.
This is still a very huge place. We'll get a view as I walk around here. first approach the well, this is about 16 stories tall. It's really tall. And then on the sides are some of the
Mom's dead at the car.
mosaics. Where's the one from the United States? Oh, that's Brazil. That's Poland.
This one's ugly.
Here's the United States of America.
Sorry to say. Very sorry. Very.
And there are many more. Yeah, my children just talked me into getting this mosaic from Japan, which is quite nice.
Did you get the one from America?
Yeah. We're on top of Mount Carmel.
Oh, cool.
The wind is blowing me around.
Look at the jet. Daddy,
Below
look
me.
at the jet with it.
I can't see it.
It's up there.
Below us is the Jezreel Valley. This is one of Israel's most productive and beautiful valleys. Scan that. The site that we're actually at is a Carmelite monastery, and it's the traditional site of the confrontation between Elijah and the priests of Baal. Unfortunately, it's not a very clear day, because if it were a clear day, we would be able to see the Mediterranean right out there. But unfortunately, it's a hazy day, so we cannot see that. Anyway, Nazareth, we just came from Nazareth. It's off in that direction.
Dad, don't talk so fun. Talk with excitement. Talk like this.
Talk like this.
Yeah, talk like...
Haifa is in that direction, over there.
Really?
And Tel Aviv is down in that direction, over there. And Jerusalem's inland, a little bit down that way, over there. And here we have Mr. Excitement, Marci Rasmussen.
Hi, fans. I'm Specimen to the rescue. Woo!
He's trying to give me a much better idea how to be exciting. And there is his bigger brother, Jason. Jason, what do you have to say?
Strength.
Talking about him or you?
Him.
This is a statue to Elijah after his confrontation with the priests of Baal. Very violent statue, I'd say. I don't think we ought to show this kind of stuff.
Okay, we're just coming down from on the shores of the Mediterranean Ocean. This is the panorama of the city. It looks like some docks down there. I'm going to just zoom in here. A wharf. Very beautiful, beautiful Mediterranean city of Haifa. Well, our baby's asleep. Can we leave the window open? You keep an eye on her.
Here we are in Caesarea.
Honey, why don't you leave the door open, honey, and then we'll. These guys, they'll keep an eye on the car. Just leave the window cracked just a little bit. So. Okay. They said they keep an eye on her. Oh yeah.
Hi. Here's this Roman thing.
Built by Herod the Great. Look at the foot. That is the foot of a
The
statue.
battery's running out. Would you go get me a battery, Mom?
Jewel.
This is like a Roman theater or something. There's a foot of some statue that was here. Imagine that's how big the foot is. Jason, stand over there so they can see how big the foot is. Imagine how big the statue would be. And we're just gonna go in the theater here. There's all kinds of pillars and stuff all around here. It's really beautiful. It's just inside. Came from over there. I like this place. There's a beach. Whoa. This is the most famous theater in Israel, right?
Roman amphitheater in Israel. That's right.
Wow, look at all that stuff over there.
This is the backstage we're standing on here. The main stage is up there.
Come on, focus.
Did you turn it on focus?
Yeah.
These are remains of the Herodian palace, which was here at Caesarea. Oh, there's one of the remains right there. They had to replace that one.
Hug. I'm Harry.
Some of the detail on some of these is really good.
This is my palace.
There's Herod in his decadence and creeping senility.
Here's a Jew.
Such was its splendor that in about 6
This is another part
10 years after
of
Herod's
Caesarea.
death, it became the seat of the Roman procurators of Judea, including Pontius Pilate. It was a Jew of Caesarea who raised the standard of revolt against Romans in 66 CE, and the riots that followed touched off the Great Jewish War, which ended in the fall of Jerusalem in 70 CE. The city figured in the development of early Christianity, fell into decline after the Muslim conquest, and revived again under the Crusaders, who fortified it. The most formidable of
I think
these
he's trying to look like the
fortifications
thinker,
were
but
the undertaken by Louis
we call him the
IX
stinker.
of France in 12 Crusader City have been restored, together
Could
with
this be
steps
two
to
more
reach
thinkers,
the top,
or is this
arches, and a street paved with
hear
large
no
blocks
evil,
of marble
see
taken
no
from a
evil,
Roman building.
and
Here's a new
speak no
statue,
evil?
Dad.
The bridge to the main Crusader.
These are the moats. This is the moat that was built by the Crusaders under King Louis IX of France. These are some more of the ruins here. Maxine was standing here a minute ago. It's amazing how much Herod the Great built. He obviously had a lot of money and a lot of men to work for him, but he really, Caesarea was second only to Jerusalem during his day. He built this thing in 12 years, including the port, the theater that we saw, amphitheater, a palace, an aqueduct bringing water from the mountains nearby. He did everything in 12 years. Here come the,
This is made of basalt rock, Dad.
here come the great warriors. No, this is not basalt.
We have
Most
to
of this
tell
is
our
limestone.
weapon. I have an idea then. I have spikes on the other end of my foot.
This is what is left of the port of Caesarea. This is the whole reason
We stopped here.
why that this place was built. There used to be a lot of stuff above water here. And the boats could come inside safe harbor.
See where that guy is standing?
Blocked on the outside.
That guy's standing on the ruins.
You can
of
see
it.
a guy out there.
Yeah, no, he's standing on the ruins of the.
There he is. Standing on what's left underwater. There's still a lot of foundations left under the water. Here we are at the beach.
Here we are in Cairo. These are the Sphinx.
Zoom in. Michael, zoom in on Sphinx.
There's the Sphinx.
Zoom in. I know.
Is it low light, Mike?
No. Why isn't it focusing?
See you every day.
Lord of the desert, Lord of the heavens, sovereign of
Mykerinus. A third monumental tomb was soon to complete this immense funeral site of Gizeh and make it one of the wonders of the world. Though smaller, the Pyramid of Mykerinus is perhaps the most impressive for being the culminating point of a vast design. Having built it, the workmen climbed down from its granite flanks and, laying down their tools, looked up with wonderment.
Alexander, Caesar, and Napoleon paused at my feet. I saw the ambitious dreams of conquerors whirling like dead leaves. As my motto, I chose an Arab saying. The world...
He married her.
Here we are at night on the 7th floor of the Meridian Hotel, looking out at the Cairo skyline.
Middle of the Nile River.
We're sticking out over the Nile River. And down below us is a bubble bath.
Don't touch it.
Is it dead?
It's going to die.
Looks like they probably drowned it on purpose.
It's a possibility.
It looked like it was all wet. Hello. This is the start of the Khalili Bazaar. You can see all the brass there. Walk down here, around a little bit. It's obviously one of the high-priced corners of the bazaar. This guy's got a lot of nice things. Sandals, leather, alabaster, brass, copper, all kinds of different things. There's some ottomans there which you can buy now and stuff later. We'll just look around a little bit here. Stick with me, Jace.
Do you think it would be nice if I bought one of those plates? Plate, you know?
Look how you bumping me,
Like
Jace.
something like this.
Oh, these are pretty, aren't they? These are nice.
It would be nice if I bought.
This man is making beads out of amber dust, and he's using the bow to turn the thing while he makes the beads. He does it very fast. Still in the bazaar, and this is one of the many mosques.
Okay, here we are. We're drinking our soda pops in some little thing in Cairo. This is at the bazaar. We're waiting for Mom and Dad to come.
Why don't you get a picture of these mosques all around?
Okay, there's mosques all around us. There's all these mosques everywhere. Muslim country.
In Luxor yet, but we will soon be on our way to. Oh, here the boys are changing.
No, look at our muscles. Look at our muscles.
And here are the girls. In their, oh, what have I got the stupid title off for? Here are the girls in their room. Let me get another picture of the muscle man.
Shake, controversial. Shake, you better remember that. Shake from the.
We're crossing the We're in Luxor. We just crossed the Nile River. And we're about to land right there. We're headed to the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, Temple of Queen Eqypt, and
No, I do the same thing.
This is my kind of camera to be approved.
Yes. That's a good picture of the thing.
this is Queen Eqypt's funerary palace.
Which queen?
This restored or what? This has been restored.
Temple is only open to you now. Because you do stuff there.
So many people, thousands.
We're walking up the ramp here to the
Yeah. Nah.
one part of the temple here.
Is this all the real stuff?
Music fun. And beside that, she used to be also the goddess who adopt. You know the word adopt, eh? The children of the divine origin. That's why the queen constructed this chapel to the honor of her mother, goddess Hathor. But why? In fact, in ancient Egypt, at the very ancient times, there was a theory, says that the woman can only transmit the throne, but never rule. But the theory says that the children of the divine origin were above law, out of discussion. That means what? That means that if I'm a king and I marry a queen, my children become pharaohs after me. But if I'm a king and I marry a woman from the common, I still a king, but my children never become pharaohs after me. But if I'm from the common and I marry a queen or a princess, she can easily transmit to me the royal blood, then I become a pharaoh and my children become pharaohs after me. It looks like the Jewish way. You can only be a Jew through mother. Okay? But the Jewish could be taking that from the Egyptians.
But
But
the
he says-
common and the almond are just religion, though. It's not a blood, right?
Yeah, the religion. But the theory says that the children of the divine origin were above law. If you can prove that you are a divine origin, you are out of law, out of discussion. You can do whatever you want to do, even if you are a woman.
How can you prove?
Yeah, that made her successor king called Thutmose III. You heard about that name? Came to the temple, as you saw behind, chiseled out everything belongs to the queen. I mean her figures, defaced her faces, chiseled out the names, destroyed everything belongs to the queen. But why he did that and how the queen became a pharaoh? You understand the theory before?
Well, he was too young, and so she just took over.
I'll explain that now. The story, in fact, starts from here. How many hours did it take? Half an hour.
2 hours.
2 hours.
These are the faces of
Goddess
Hathor.
Hathor.
Okay. That is Queen Hatshepsut getting milk from the goddess Hathor, and an indication of her divine origin. This is looking at the valley from the temple. You can see this is tomb number 33. This is the tomb from which the papyrus came from that were translated by Joseph Smith.
There's a tomb is close, not a picture here.
Pardon?
There's a tomb is close, not a picture here.
Oh, can I shoot there then?
Yes, okay. It's a quickly you have
okay.
picture. It's a picture not you have seen for you here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'll shoot up here then. I just took pictures of tombs and
That's the tomb is
And then you put wax inside and outside, give it a natural color. And that's the way the ancient Egyptians used to make at the ancient times. That's the only village where they still make these things by hand. هات واحدة كده منتهية.
This is the only village that they still make them by hand.
All the things they saw on them machine.
And you said before these people used to just be tomb robbers.
we have some kids here, all they're all trying to get some bakshish, I think. One kid there's in real natural form.
Mix the dirt with water.
I'm going along the murals on the wall.
You don't have more than a problem. You don't have more than a problem.
These are beautiful.
I'll give him.
This is near
Good.
I've got to hurry here because I'm not supposed to be taking any videos in here. But while the chance presents itself, I'll explain. These are so nice. This is inside the room. This is the sarcophagus here.
What's this?
These are the colossi of Memnon, which is in a farmer's field. These were once on either side of the entrance of a temple. And when the Romans were here, this statue right here, had holes in it, such that in the morning as the wind would blow through it, it would whistle. And so they thought it was good luck. But later on, one of the Roman emperors, or one of the Roman leaders that was here, had it repaired and it no longer whistled anymore. I forgot to mention that one of these colossi, that colossus there was made of one stone, whereas that one there was made of several pieces of stone. Bits is bits, parts is parts. It's not working that way. Anyway, looking over to Luxor. It's one of the hotels. Oh, at Karnak. Karnak the Magnificent was here. This thing goes, this is one of the largest, if not the largest temple in the whole world. Our guide, Mrs. What's her name? Eqypt is in front of us. Oh, this thing. Is this one of the avenues of the Sphinxes?
Rams. Avenue Ram Road, we call it. Ram Road. Because you know, as head of Ram, body of lion. Ram Road. Everyone's so crazy.
Stop and just kind of focus on one.
This gives you an idea of the size of this pylon. We're at the north gate This thing is huge. This is inside the first great hallway. This place is immense.
No, just as slaves on the temple.
This is
Just
the
to work.
temple
What was the part that was added by Ptolemy?
That pylon.
of Ramses III.
And also the first gate, the drawing.
This was his.
Also for
This was the only one that was one pharaoh's temple
Ptolemy
alone.
III, was that the son of Julius Caesar? Or
No, it's
Caesar?
Caesar is the beginning of Romans.
Yeah, I know, but they said something about Caesar having an affair with Cleopatra.
Cleopatra is later.
Later.
Later, yeah. You know, the Ptolemy is the third, and then 12, and then Cleopatra. She married Mark Antony, and that's Ramesses. It means who born from Ra, or the son of Ra. Okay, we call it Ramses. And then Heka Iyun means who ruled. Unu or Iyun, it means the sun city.
Who ruled the sun?
Right, Ramses the third. But each king must say, I'm the king of Lower and Upper Egypt, I'm the mister of rising. This is Neb means mister of rising. How? By hieroglyph.
What does this one mean? That's Tutankhamun. Right?
Tutankhamun. Neb, Hebrew, Ra. Neb, it means mister, remember? Keter, it means rising. This caravan means symbol of rising. This means rising, double. Ra is the god. Good. It is Tutankhamun cartouche. And it's another. Ramses the third, he saw Ramses the second erase some names and put it in.
So he wanted to make sure his name wasn't erased.
Yes. You see, so nice. He has a decoration, and he put cobra on his crown.
So was his crown covered with jewels as well, probably?
No, I think just cuts. Because all this was right. Yes, right. Nefertari, the wife of Ramses.
Is she holding a whip?
Yeah, also, yeah, because she's as a queen.
So that signifies domination but not ruling?
Ruling and domination, yeah. And it's only.
She only has the whip though, she doesn't have the.
But, yeah, but it means domination. Domination means rule, you know. This is Ramses II and his wife Nefertari. And as you know, this king, he married many wives and about 200 children. Imagine one king with 200 children.
Why did he have a couple with different wives?
No, only with Nefertari.
Was she
faithful.
Was she a queen?
But you know, their statue is so small. Some they said perhaps she's common because mostly the royal family. If the lady from royal family, they made her statue the same size as a king. But if common, they made her statue so small.
So they think she might be common, but
favorite.
very beautiful.
If you still have little dominant. For me, offer some offering to the Trinity. You remember Amun Ra with two feathers. Mostly Amun Ra with two feathers. Okay. Amun Ra with two feathers. Yeah, Mut as a lady with double.
Walking from the first main area past these pylons.
You got this.
There's a huge obelisk out there.
Or this only for the statue. The king put his legs on his enemies. You see, the enemy of the king looks like Nubian, people of Mediterranean Sea.
You see at the top of this column, you see some of the colors.
The B represents Upper Egypt.
What B?
See, there's a B.
Before the cut.
Oh, up there.
The corn upper Egypt.
Oh, the corn is Upper Egypt.
The P is Upper Egypt.
The B is Upper Egypt, the corn is Lower Egypt.
And there are two different snakes for
Of the Temple of Karnak. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world. And there are 134 of these columns. 134 of these things. This man here, thank you, is showing me a good view. Oh yes. Oh, this is great. Yeah. Great view. Where you get a real perspective. He's going to show me where you can get a good view of everything. Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that way you can see the obelisk. And also the length of the halls.
English?
Yeah.
English?
Yes. Thank you.
English good, very good.
Well, I'm American, but I speak English. Oh, yeah. On that way too. One last look down the into the hypostyle hall. This is the obelisk of Tutmose the First. How tall is this obelisk?
About 27 meters.
It's about 27 meters tall.
The father of whom
Did they do this the same way? Oh yeah, you can still see the walls too.
No, that's another wall.
Oh.
Because this wall is made by Tutmose the Third. You remember their half-brother who hated her and he wanted to destroy it.
And yeah.
But when he reads the hieroglyphic, this is gift to the god. He afraid from the god. He made only 4 walls to cover the obelisk, or to hide the obelisk. But the walls protect the obelisk. As you notice, the color of this is much better than the other.
So the other one was probably the same
What kind of
sign granite.
what kind of
Those are the keys to key of life.
Right, but this is Tutmose the Third, the father of Hatshepsut. The key of life is called Enk.
Enk.
He has 2 keys of life. Was this
Right, the second obelisk of Hatshepsut. Yeah, we should see in the top, near the lake.
did they remove it? Or?
Yeah, but there was
Okay, we're moving into the next area. In this immense temple,
Dad, you can see the obelisk better from
immense
here.
temple
What? You can see the
complex.
obelisk better from here, Dad. Turn around and look at it.
Mike wants me to
Cool,
turn
look.
around and look at the obelisk.
There's the biggest one.
There's the closest one, that was Hatshepsut's, and that one in the background. This place is great. This was built from 2000 BC
That wall
to
looks like
60
it's about to
BC.
fall down, but they're holding.
Almost 2,000 years of building.
Which one is
Here we have symbols of Lower and Upper Egypt. The papyrus is Lower Egypt, and that's right there. I'll zero in on it. And the lotus is the symbol of Upper Egypt.
How come Lower Egypt has that?
This is a statue of Tutankhamun
As a Mumra.
and of his wife.
What's her name? Say your name, Dad.
I can't say it.
Ankis ba Aton or Ankis ba Amun.
So her name is Enkes Ba Amun.
Moses means water. Moses
This
means
is
who
the
built
Holy
the
of Holies. There are actually two chapels here.
You see how is
There
the
is
ceiling
the
as blue sky?
offering.
Oh, it's the stars. See how it's about ready to looks like
The ceiling represents the blue sky with stars. This is the outside wall of the Holy of Holies.
It's good to see the boat and how the priest carried the boat over
You can see the
lots of them.
color there.
Now, is the boat foot?
Holy of Holies on the other end. Now we're in another temple area, looking back to the huge temple area we just came from. And this particular area that we're in here was added by Thutmose III.
Well, Marci.
Looking back at the main temple complex again.
It's not a mirror. No. Of course not.
Now we're walking back from this side of the temple complex. We're on our way to the sacred lake. Here's what is left of an obelisk.
As a lake for purification. The king clean first here and then he worship inside. But this lake about 4 meters deep, and it was spring water, underground water. But when they made the high dam, now the water is the same level.
This is looking at the entire complex. This is where the sound and light show is held in the evenings. This will give an idea of the total thing. You see how really massive this whole thing is. This is the entrance
Like they're
of
not.
the
They don't
Temple
have
of
like
Luxor.
ram's head and lion's body or anything.
There's two colossi
Amun-Ra as a man with 2 feathers.
guarding the entrance. And this obelisk
Okay.
As a lady.
has its twin in Place de la Concorde in Paris, at one end of the Champs-Élysées. This is one small part of the Avenue of the Sphinxes, which led to the Temple of Karnak, which we were at before. It's about 2 miles away, and at one time that went all the way between the two temples. This is the entrance into the Temple of Luxor, which is smaller, and notice the head of Ramses II. It's one of the best preserved colossi statues. They're actually doing some restoration work here. Look at the size of these pylons at the entrance.
So this was all covered in
Oh, this is what's left of a mosque.
You see the door?
So
This is the level of the ground.
that was the level before this was all dug out. This was recently dug out in the 1930s or 40s.
What, discovery?
No, that was dug out.
1840.
1840. This is inside the first area. There again is the mosque. That was the street level until this was all dug out. And looking around,
Dad, get me?
yeah, as little as possible. And then looking down through these huge pillars to the other end of the temple. Okay, walking through these gigantic columns again. On the way to the next temple area. Trying to walk as smoothly as I can. Rather difficult.
You see some sacrificing? You see animals? Or here is good to see how they wrote the name of the offering and the numbers. See, list of offering. You notice the numbers 1 as 1 mark, 2 marks, 3, 4, 5.
So they're one of this particular thing, 2 of this.
Mm-hmm. All this, the offering.
This is going back through the main courtyard again.
Yeah. See. Hello.
Looking back this way.
estabili Kaneshli, my friend. The Luxor Museum. Highly far away.
Well, we're on our way from the hotel to the center of Luxor. As you can see, we've chosen a different mode of transportation.
Finish Luxor Museum. Around the Luxor Bazaar, Gypsiano. We come back Egypt. Okay, tomorrow come in market.
Yes. Off tourist season, so all these guys are just waiting around for. This is looking at our hotel room. Early in the morning. The sun is behind my back. You can see this beautiful garden with the Nile in the background and the mountains on the west bank of the Nile. I don't know if you can hear all of the birds and roosters in the background or not. We're riding the train from Luxor back to Cairo, and it's obvious that this window is dirty. We'll just get a view of some of the countryside. Have not grown cotton for all that long, but maybe for 100 or 200 years only. It's not one of the things that they used to grow, even though they're now famous for their cotton. We saw a lot of watermelons around here. I'm sure that's a fairly recent crop here as well. Just get some idea as we go along. Same trip from Luxor to Cairo. Doesn't seem to be too many people out walking around. A donkey in the future. Right there, a little ways, we saw somebody making bricks with just mud bricks. They're out in the sun to dry. Somebody riding their donkey.